On our last episode, we covered travel and embarkation day. Coming up on this episode, we have our first full day at sea as we explore the beautiful Celebrity Ascent. Later on, we've got our first stop in the stunning port of Katakolon in Greece. Day 2, sea day, breakfast and a cup of tea on our way. I was genuinely excited to see black pudding on the breakfast menu because I absolutely love black pudding, but I do know it's like Marmite, and the scrambled eggs were honestly some of the best that I've had in years. Somehow I was able to resist the temptation of a mimosa for breakfast as I knew we had a full day ahead for beverages. This was around 10:30 in the morning, and as you can see there are still plenty of sunbeds available on the resort deck. It really didn't take much longer after this though for the sunbeds to fill up. We decided to head up to deck 15 because there was loads more space between the lounges up there. The only thing that was missing was a table, and none of the sunbeds on any of the decks seemed to have one. Let's try that for lunch. At least my head was still good. Water. Don't need my armbands. Before we knew it, it was time for lunch, and I opted for a Greek salad, mushroom risotto and some arancini. All of it was really tasty and fresh. Day 2, still at sea. There is now no land to see, it's just sea everywhere. The wind has died down. It's 16:30 now. It's still quite busy actually, but there are now some sunbeds available. There's a lot of sunbeds available up here where we've been all day. Just treated Simon to some fruit. He's gobbled all that up without getting his champagne all day and night. There's the bar. Kept them extremely busy. Thought there'd be a lot more going on today. There was a lot in the planners. There was like a musical bingo thing, and I thought, I'd quite like to do that. And it says deck 14 mid-ship, and I thought, well, that's where we are. We're on mid. Well, you know it. Time comes about. I thought, they didn't do my musical one, but this is called the resort deck, so I don't know where midship is, not a clue. That's aft, so I don't know where mid is.
Well, it can't be front.
It can't be forward because that's the retreat. Don't know where it is, but anyway, I didn't do my musical bingo. Instead we had Olympics, Water Olympics. What? Oh, he was asleep. What? You were saying? We watched it. What's the cruise man called? Giorgio or something, isn't it? Luigi.
Yes.
Luigi is the cruise director. Absolutely fantastic. Really good. So you got the party started. But then it's just been jazz, hasn't it?
This afternoon it was.
3 times.
Afternoon tea and jazz.
Twice we've had the same singer, and it's alright, but I don't think an area needs it twice. And now it's just generic music really, isn't it? Yeah, quiet DJ. But on the lower deck down here, it is so loud. It's unreal. It's deafening. So you couldn't sit down there and have a conversation. There is minimal clouds in the sky. And I think that bar might be closing soon. In the infinity pool. It's absolutely freezing. Are you cold?
No. You're right, man, Shraza.
I keep saying that. I've been under for ages. Absolutely frozen.
Huh?
I'm freezing.
Are you really?
Yeah. God knows what we look like in the side panels because it magnifies you, doesn't it? So, so we probably look elephant. I'll probably look like a bloody walrus. But it's lovely. Oh, it's freezing. I don't know. I'm acclimatising a little bit now. Huh? Just take your breath away if you first get in. This is not half bad, you know. Sipping my pina colada. Had a lovely sea day, really nice sea day. We're the last up here. Of course. We've been on our beds with our blow-up mattresses. I think we'd have been lost without them, wouldn't we? They've been a godsend. They are really comfortable. Pack up now. The sun is about to dip down. Well, it'll dip down below the chimney and then we'll be freezing. So we're going to pack up now. Back to the room. Have a shower. Get ready. And we're going... Where did we decide we're going to?
Great one. Cosmopolitan?
Cyprus, I think we're going. I think we've decided on Cyprus because I want to chomp on some octopus. So that's where we're going. Ciao for now. So this is where we currently are. We've passed through the Straits of Messina. Really beautiful views actually, it was nice to see. So we are going to Katakolon tomorrow.
Yeah.
Katakolon tomorrow.
Oh, yes.
There's the front of the forward view. And looking at that sky, you wouldn't think it would have turned us into what it has today. And that is us ready for formal night number 1 of 2. I think there's going to be 2. And I've got a sunstroke.
You haven't got sunstroke. It's red.
I have.
No, you haven't.
I feel unwell.
Yeah, well, stay here then.
I'm shaking.
You're a liar.
I'm very, no I am out.
Send that to your mother.
I am.
You are.
I've had factor 30 on. Factor 30. So the Indian sun, the Singapore sun, it's all the same sun. But we had 30 on, didn't we? And then we dropped to 15. And it didn't do this. It didn't do this. This is factor 30 on the face. Be warned that Mediterranean sun can be a little bugger. Roasting. So it's formal night, but I've gone all white. I don't know why, I just felt like doing all white. Now you look very nice. Oh! Blimey, what a transformation a jacket makes. That's showbiz, kid. So I think what I might have to do is go out with the fan. This at club. Because it blends in really, don't it? You wouldn't even know. But I think that's what we'll do tonight. We'll go to a club. There's a event on, isn't there? There's another Eden show.
What is it?
Acrobatics, gymnastics.
Oh, boring.
All that. Yeah. I don't think we'll go to that. We got an hour, wasn't it? It was a good hour, wasn't it? Last night. And it filled up like that. So you do need to get there quickly. I'd say do one, see how you feel. We've done ours, we've done one, we won't be doing another. Theatre is much better. isn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll walk down, have a look at the restaurants. We've got 2 on our level, 2 on 4.
Yeah, and Cyprus is the one for octopus.
Yeah, because I'm craving octopus for some reason. So we'll have a look at queues, go up to 5, go to Eden, get a drink, and then decide if I'm having octopus tonight or not. Show you the menu, show you the food, what we end up eventually ordering. We did manage to get a table at Cyprus, and honestly I was half expecting to be handed a pager as it did look really busy. Surprisingly, we only waited about 5 minutes, and actually throughout the entire cruise we never once got given a pager. Now, the menu is the same across the 4 main dining rooms, but each one has its own exclusives. As you can see, my octopus was a Cyprus exclusive. The wine menu though was a bit useless. Half the wines that were listed weren't even available in that restaurant, but I'll go into more detail about the wine situation in a later video. And here it is. Of course I had the octopus for starters, and we also did share an escargot. I think Simon went for the prawn cocktail, but we did get chatting to the table next to us, so I didn't get that on video. Though let's be honest, I think we all know what a prawn cocktail looks like. This one was exactly as you'd expect, except it came with ketchup instead of a proper Marie Rose sauce. For the main, I went with the special of the night, which was always told to you verbally by your waiter, and I had the pork schnitzel. Now I've got to say that the schnitzel was probably the worst one that I have ever had. Anything fried just seemed to be an issue. The oil just tasted old and really unpleasant. The sprouts and sauerkraut were lovely, but it wasn't exactly filling. Simon decided to opt for the grilled chicken breast, and sadly Simon's chicken wasn't any better. The texture was off and the flavour wasn't great, so unfortunately that also got left too. On to dessert, and this menu was the same across all 4 main dining venues, with just a few exclusives unique to each restaurant. As usual, we ordered a double macchiato for our afters, and understandably we were told that it would be about a 20-minute wait since it had to be made at Cafe Al Baccio. When it did finally arrive, we were given a macchiato latte, which was not quite what we had in mind. Totally our fault though, we'd forgotten to specify that we wanted an espresso macchiato, not a latte. Lesson was learned and we did not make that mistake again. We wasn't able to wait any longer as we had to head up to the rooftop garden for Eurovision.
If it goes well,
There's going to be someone soon.
We are a little bit defeated, aren't we, Simon? It's 1 AM, no one's around. We've been at the Eurovision party, so we're gonna go back to our cabin now to see the results. And here's the ship at night, and it really does dazzle when it's all lit up with its bright colours. A very good night. Day 3, good morning. Very, very sunburnt. On today in Katakolon, because we had such a good day yesterday. We're going to stay on the ship. We was on deck 15 all of yesterday, and we were going to try 14 today. I like how they say free. It's not free, is it? It's not a free holiday. So this is just for the port. She's got a map, what to buy, what to see. But I think I'm just going to take all this up with me to the deck. So the activities for today. And I will have a read of it on the deck. So there's plenty, seems to be plenty going on. As you can see, we did end up getting off the ship as it was only a minute's walk into town. Now, I say town, but really it was just a couple of long streets. This is just outside of the port exit, and on the right there is the bus stop, which will take you to Olympia. I really liked this port stop, and I'm really glad that we did get off the ship. Simon did end up buying some new swimwear, and thankfully we did start on the second street first, because down by the water here the exact same shorts were double the price. I think he paid around €30, and then literally on this stretch we saw the same pair and they were €65. Couldn't quite believe it. There's the ship. It's the port exit and entrance. Literally a 30-second walk, if that. There's your bus stop. Oh, what's that sign? For a Caesar. This is the craft social bar, and this is the only time that we stepped foot in here because it was rammed every single night. Rammed. It's not that trippy once you're in here.
Well, that woman walked into something yesterday. Is that him? Yeah. Something like that, isn't it? Plant.
Just on the outside of Eden. I'll show you inside. Night three. Night we have been in Katakolon. We ended up going into the town, not into Olympia, no, nor the beach. So we just stayed on the ship. Had another lovely day, haven't we? Yeah, another really lovely day. Decide where we're eating, what we're gonna have. And we ended up in Tuscan, and this was actually our only visit here. Just felt very dark and not particularly welcoming. For my starter, I went with the roasted pumpkin salad, and I was expecting the pumpkin to be warm, but it was fridge cold. We honestly can't remember what Simon had. We ended up chatting away with the table next to us again, and once I start gabbing, I am absolutely useless at remembering to film the food. And of course, we also shared an escargot. For main, Simon ordered the spiced lamb kebab, but it was completely tasteless and had a texture neither of us recognised. I went for the Tuscan exclusive, the Strozzen Preti carbonara. Unfortunately, I did only manage a single forkful. They would have really done better using a jar of Dolmio carbonara sauce, to be honest. It was just a congealed mess and totally inedible. Yet again, the wine we actually wanted wasn't available in this restaurant, and they couldn't get a bottle from elsewhere on the ship either. We did manage, however, to get a proper double espresso macchiato. We left feeling hungry and pretty disappointed. After dinner, we headed to what quickly became one of my absolute favourite areas of the ship, the club. We ended up spending loads of time here during the cruise because it's such a versatile space. Great atmosphere and just really good fun.
Bye, Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome right here.
Oh,
Welcome
Fanta.
aboard Celebrity Ascent, of course, and right
Oh, it
here
was
to the
Fireball.
top. This is Anna Dolce, your activity manager. You're cute. Oh my gosh. And 80s rock. DJ, song number 1. No, too slow, too slow.
Paradise City by Guns N' Roses.
It is correct! It is correct!
Easy.
It is correct! Yes!
Dance with somebody, but
No, no. Go look for the answer. Look for the answer. Go, go.
no by Whitney Houston.
Yes!
And yet again, another late night. This was about 2 a.m. and we'd had such a good evening. The club was fantastic, but we were really, really hungry. So those of you who know the ship know that we're headed to the Oceanview for some pizza. Coming up in our next episode is our final port of call in Greece, the picturesque island of Corfu, followed by the bustling Croatian city of Split. Can't wait to show you around. See you there.